Westminster Security Park in the rear parking lot. You are blocking in one of the previous games. If you can move your car, that would be great. All right, cool. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Westminster College Historic Gymnasium for today's game between the Warlocks of Western University and your Westminster College Blue Jays. Today's game is brought to you by Fresh Ideas and Westminster Control. Let's meet the starters for this half of this game. For the Warlocks, a guard number 3, Adam. For the Blue Jays, a guard number 11, Carter Wine. For the Warlocks, a guard number 12, TJ Moore. For the Blue Jays, a guard number 12, Tanner Claflin. For the Warlocks, a guard number 20, Devonta Turner. For the Blue Jays, a forward number 14, Nick Harlow. For the Warlocks, a forward number 22, Hunter Ward. For the Blue Jays, a forward number 23, Tanner Lee Matches. For the Warlocks, a forward number 42, Evan Milligan. And for the Blue Jays, a forward number 24, Romo.
Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. Good afternoon and welcome to Westminster Historic Gymnasium for this afternoon's SLIAC matchup between the host Westminster Blue Jays at 9-6 in the conference, tied for third, and Webster University Gorlocks at 8-7 and tied for fifth. Only 3 games left for each team in conference, and that means all the more importance placed on this one, trying to get into that top 4. Those top 4 teams will go to the conference tournament. The site yet to be decided. It'll be the number 1 seed. Webster 2 games back from the leaders, and Westminster 1 game back. Those 2 teams, McMurray and Greenville, knotted at the top. Westminster controls the opening tip. The Blue Jays will go left to right in the first half in their home whites with light blue trim. Webster defends in the navy and gold trim. 2-3 zone in front of the right hoop. Romo Tab, left block, pass out, intercepted, going the length of the court. Adam Eder through contact. He's fouled. Can't finish, but the call will go against Nick Carlos for Westminster. Adam Eder, the 6-foot junior from Albers, Illinois, goes to the line. 6.5 points per game. First shot up for the lefty. Off the back rim, and it tips out. 19:42 to go in the first half, just 18 seconds in, and Westminster already turned it over on its first trip down the court. Now Eder's second of 2 free throws. It's up and too strong off the back rim. Rebound down to Tanner Gentges. Eder, an 81% free throw shooter. He missed both there, so still no score. Webster back into that 3-2 zone look now. Tanner Gentges high on the left wing. Swings it through Carlos over to the right wing. Cochran. Bounce pass, short corner right. Tab drives baseline off a pump fake. Lays it in with the left hand. Nicely done, Romo Tab. He's got the first 2 of the game. And the 6'5" sophomore from St. Louis on the board. 19:15 to go first half. Westminster up 2. Webster right to left. On the left wing, there's Hunter Ward, the leading scorer. He gets it back. Left wing 3. Got it. Hunter Ward averages better than 16 points per game. Leads the Gorlocks in points, rebounds, and assists. And he gives them an early 3-2 lead. Cochran between the circles. Left wing Carter Wands looking for space. Back to Gentges, top of the key. Check there, and he gives it up. Right wing for Cochran. Working against this zone into the right corner. Another bounce pass, short corner right side, Romo Tab. Carlos, top of the key. Whips it back under to Tab with 6 to shoot. Under the basket and lays it in on the reverse. Romo Tab able to beat the shot clock off a nice feed from Nick Carlos. Tab has all 4 Westminster points, and the Blue Jays lead 4-3. Right wing, here's Adam Eder. Lob pass inside for Milligan, able to catch. Knocked away for a moment, kicks it out. Left corner, Ward for three. Too long. Rebound, knocked away. Milligan comes up with it and lays it in off the backboard. Evan Milligan making some nice plays. The freshman big man from Evansville, Indiana, making his presence felt underneath. It's 5-4 Westminster, or rather 5-4 Webster. Top of the key, Cochran. Bounce pass left wing for Carter Wands. Swing it around through Carlos. Back to Cochran on the right wing. Cochran, another bounce pass toward Tab. This time he couldn't hang on, and it's stolen by Ward. Lobs it ahead. C.J. Moore, left wing. Pass across the lane for Rabasa Turner, who lays it in with the right hand. 17:45 to go first half. 7-4 Webster leads. Westminster with the ball, moving left to right, trailing by 3. Carter Wands high on the left wing, looking for space. Webster still in this zone, morphing between a 2-3 and a 3-2. Left corner 3 for Carlos, short, and the rebound down to Webster. A foul called as Adam Eder tried to leave the backcourt, and he was fouled by Romo Tab, the first foul of the game. Rather, the second against Westminster. None have been called against Webster. 17:26 showing on the clock. Starting 5 still in for both teams. That's Eder, Moore, Turner, Ward, and Milligan for Webster. Here's Eder turning the corner left side. Wraps a pass around on the baseline. Now they swing it back to the top. Moore drives and finger rolls it in with the left hand. C.J. Moore snaking through the lane and able to finish. 9-4 Webster leads. 17:05 and rolling first half. Westminster the ball, attacking the right hoop. Pressure applied on Gentges by C.J. Moore. Gives it back up to Wands, looking for space. Right wing. Carlos swings it right corner. Gentges on the drive. Left hand layup is good. Gentges skipping his way into the lane and got it to go with the left hand. The first Blue Jay other than Tab to score. And Westminster trails 9-6. Webster the ball, moving right to left. Adam Eder, the lefty on the right wing. Looking for options, into the right block. Milligan blocked away by Gentges as he tried to elevate. Moore the rebound for Webster. Right wing three-pointer, too strong from Turner. Rebound taken by Cochran off a bounce. 16.5 minutes to go. Westminster running out left to right. Gentges on the left wing, shot about the 3. Hard hit on Eder and a block foul called against the junior guard for Webster. Eder took a big hit there, but he couldn't get over and establish guarding position in time. The high official called that one a block. First foul of the game against Webster. 16:20 in rolling first half. Carter Wands, top of the key. Right wing for Cochran. Back to Wands. The freshman from Rolla setting things up. Right wing, Gentges a 3, too short. And then off the hand of Cochran on the rebound out of bounds. Webster will take over. The Gorlocks lead 9-6, and they have the ball. Moving right to left in those road navies. Carter Wands applying full court pressure man-to-man on Eder. He spins away and crosses the timeline. C.J. Moore on the right wing. Under 16 minutes to play, got caught in the air and had to give it up left wing for Rabasa Turner for 3, and he knocks it down. So Moore was caught in the air. A desperation pass into space. Turner came up with it and hit the 3. So Moore ends up with the assist. Right wing Gentges. Webster trailing by 6 now. A 12-6 lead for the Gorlocks. Left wing. Carlos on the drive, baseline, right hand floater, rolls off the rim, down for Turner, and he had it knocked out of his hands by Gentges out of bounds. Webster will have it, along with the 12-6 lead, and big substitutions here for Matt Mitchell off of the Blue Jays bench. Zach Nelson, Matt Murphy, Jimmy Villalobos, and Brandon Drum all checking in for the first time for Westminster. For Webster, Adam Eder leaves the game, replaced by Xavier Dortch, the 5A junior guard from Stockton, Alabama. Webster switches into a 1-3-1 zone, defending the left hoop. Webster looking for options. Right corner, C.J. Moore. Swing it around, Turner. Now left corner, Hunter Ward. Penetrates to the baseline. Kicks it out. Right wing 3 is good for Xavier Dortch. Another three-pointer for Webster. It's 15-6. The Gorlocks lead on Westminster. 15:05 to go in the first half. Brandon Drum on the right wing getting his first touch. Back to Cochran between the circles. Bounce pass entry, free throw line. Murphy, turnaround jumper, and he hits. Matt Murphy, a quick 2 on his first touch of the basketball after coming into the game. 14:50 to go. It's a 15-8 Webster lead on the road in the early going. Rabasa Turner, front court left. Left corner, Ward gets it right back. They swing it around. Right corner, C.J. Moore off a pump fake. Drives baseline, whips it left corner off a two-hand pass to Ward. Kicks it out. Turner, a left wing 3. Missed to the right. Rebound in traffic by Dortch. And he tried to kick it out, but it was off the hands of Moore, out of bounds. Westminster's ball. Good ball movement from the Gorlocks in the early going. And off the offensive rebound, Xavier Dortch had to fling it before he fell out of bounds. They weren't able to control. So Westminster's ball moving left to right. Brandon Drum, post entry right side to Murphy. He gets it off the bounce, slips the bounce pass to a cutting Cochran who can't finish with the right hand. Nice find from Matt Murphy. Bounce pass in the lane. Cochran couldn't finish through traffic. Left wing, Hunter Ward gives it up. Gets it back now in the left corner. Bounce pass right side. They swing it around. C.J. Moore, right wing 16-footer. Got it. Timeout, Westminster. Webster off to a fast start offensively. 14:02 to go in the first half. A 17-8 lead for Webster on the road against the Westminster Blue Jays. Big clash in the SLIAC here on the Blue Jays Sports Network. We'll be right back. You're listening to Westminster Basketball. Welcome back to Westminster Historic Gymnasium. 14:02 to go in the first half. 17-8 the early lead for Webster over the Blue Jays of Westminster. The Gorlocks 7 of 11 from the field, 3 of 6 from deep in the first 5 minutes, 58 seconds. And that's helped them to that 17-8 advantage. Westminster's only gotten off 8 shots. They have hit 4 of them. Westminster the ball moving left to right in the home whites, working against a 2-3 Webster zone. Brandon Drum took a hit from C.J. Moore. No call. There was contact there. He tries to whip it underneath to the baseline. Intercepted by Rabasa Turner. Brings it across the timeline right to left. Taylor Walton into the game for the first time for Webster. The 6'4 senior. He gets it here on the left wing. Gives it up. Left corner Moore. Probing for space. Finds underneath on the roll. There's Walton. And he's fouled going to the hoop. We'll see if they call it a shooting foul. Called against Murphy, and it will send Walton to the line for 2 shots. Senior forward from Okawville, Illinois. Toes the free throw line at the left hoop. And lets the first one fly. Long off the back rim, and he misses. 0 for 3 now, the Gorlocks from the free throw line. Webster, the worst free throw shooting team. Or rather, the 5th best free throw shooting team. They're the worst 3-point shooting team in the conference. But that one's up and misses as well. Webster came in shooting 70% as a team. They're 0 for 4 to start this ball game, but still have a 17-8 lead. Westminster with the ball. Brandon Drum, right corner, whips it out top of the key. Zach Nelson swing it back around to Drum in the right corner. Pressured by Ward. Into the right block, Murphy kicks it out, Drum. Left corner, Cochran with space. On the floater, he's fouled by Walton. The Webster bench down to my right doesn't like the call. But Cochran will go to the line for 2 shots with Westminster trailing by 9. 13:08 to go first half. 6-foot sophomore from St. Louis, Tanner Cochran, a Vianney graduate. First one up, and he knocks it down. Just a hair under 10 points per game for Cochran. He shoots 75% from the line. The second of 2 on its way. Good. Xavier Dortch will bring it up right to left for Webster. 13 minutes to go, a 17-10 lead for the Gorlocks in the early going. Left wing on the left-hand dribble. Dortch gives it up for Ward, swings it top of the key. C.J. Moore drives the left side of the lane. Layup a little too strong off the glass, won't go. Rebound knocked away, saved by Turner on the far side, and Hunter Ward controls for Webster out near the half-court circle. 12:40 to go. Right corner, Moore tries to penetrate baseline, cut off, and a blocking foul called against Tanner Cochran. 12:40 showing on the clock, and Nick Carlos will come back in for Westminster, replacing Cochran, who picks up his first personal foul. Back in for Webster, Adam Etter, the 6-foot junior guard, replaces Rabasa Turner, who gets his first rest. Dortch to trigger, baseline left. Gets it in for Hunter Ward in the right corner. Drives left hand, pull up right elbow, jumper knocks it down. Hunter Ward off to a nice start. Webster's leading scorer has 5 points, 2 of 3 from the field. Left wing Nick Carlos, bounce pass entry left wing for Murphy, and he walked with it into the lane. Murphy nearly shuffled his feet the last time he had the ball. This time, one too many steps as he dribbled toward the middle of the lane, and the officials got him. 19-10 the Webster lead, 12:26 to go in the first half. Into the game for the first time for the Gorlocks, Joseph Henry, the 6'2 junior guard from Leavenworth, Kansas. Adam Eder brings it up right to left for Webster. Villalobos pressuring him on the left wing. He gives it up there for Henry, short corner left, who kicks it back out. Swing it around, right wing Dortch. Tries to drive, cut off well by Nelson. 9 on the shot clock for Webster. Short corner left, Ward drives the baseline, kicks it out. Left wing Dortch for 3, buries it. Xavier Dortch, 6 points to lead all scorers in the early going. He's hit both of his shots from the field, both of them 3-pointers. 11:50 and rolling to go first half. 22-10 is the Webster lead. The Gorlocks up by 12, their largest advantage. Left wing Carlos for 3, knocks it down. And Westminster's leading scorer answers right back. Nick Carlos, the 6'7 sophomore from Ashland, Missouri, averages just over 13.5 points per game and shoots 42% from deep. On the left wing, Dortch off the dribble, and he hits it for 3. Xavier Dortch saw the defense back off. Zach Nelson got caught up going underneath a screen, and it's a 25-13 Webster lead with 11:20 to go. Murphy on the block. On the baseline, a cutting Drum. Can't finish on the reverse layup with the right hand, and Webster runs out right to left with that 12-point lead. Eder took a hit from Drum as he crossed the timeline, and a blocking foul called. Romo Tab will enter the game for Westminster, but first a timeout for Matt Mitchell. That's his second he's already had to use, this one of the full variety. Westminster going to talk things over, see if they can figure out what's going on in the early going. 11:08 remaining in the first half, 25-13, the Webster lead. You're listening to Westminster Basketball on the Blue Jays Sports Network. Back at Westminster Historic Gymnasium, 11:08 to go in the first half. A 25-13 lead for Webster. The visiting Gorlocks have the advantage over Westminster, and they have the basketball. Front court inbounds to Xavier Dortch. Finds Adam Eder top of the key off an elevator screen, but one of them was moving. Offensive foul called against Webster. That's Joseph Henry, the 6'2" junior from Leavenworth, Kansas, whistled for the foul. He and Evan Milligan tried to close off the gap after Eder went through to get free at the top of the key, but the near side official not having it. 10:55 to go first half, 25-13 is the Webster lead. Westminster has the ball against this Webster 2-3 zone, moving left to right. Carter Wands, top of the key, right wing for Gentges. Dortch applies the pressure, he gives it back up for Wands. Dribble handoff left wing for Carlos, his pass deflected and stolen by Hunter Ward, the second steal already for the junior from Kirkwood. Hunter Ward, right wing for Milligan, gets it back. Right elbow entry, Joseph Henry, left-hand drive, and he gets it to go from the left block. 27-13, Webster leads, 10:20 to go first half. Westminster the ball, left to right in those home whites with light blue trim. Webster in the 2-3 zone, defending in the road navies with gold trim. Left wing, Tanner Gentges, right-hand dribble, back toward the top of the key. Gives it up, Drum, tries to drive on the left wing, and he was bumped and fouled. Luckily for him, he looked a little out of control, just put his head down and headed for the hoop. But Adam Eder called for the hand check foul as Drum was passing through the left elbow area. Substitutions for Webster. Back into the game, C.J. Moore, the 6' junior from Homestead, Florida. And in for the first time is Jonathan Ojo, 5'11 junior guard. Carter Wands takes the inbound on the left corner, and a stoppage now. The shot clock didn't reset after the foul. 8 showing right now on the shot clock. The official's going to sort that out, just checking that they're all on the same page. We're going to have more substitutions for Webster as well at this stoppage. Rabasa Turner back in as Hunter Ward takes his first break. Taylor Walton also leaves the game. Evan Milligan back in. Between the circles, Carter Wands, left wing Carlos, finds a cutting Gentges on the baseline. His reverse layup knocked away, gets it back after the Tab offensive rebound, and he's fouled on his second attempt. Athletically done by Romo Tab on the baseline to secure the rebound and knock it back into Gentges before he fell out of play. And Gentges went up on the second effort, and he was fouled that time. First free throw up and short from Tanner Gentges. That foul was called against Joseph Henry, his second, after the illegal screen called at the offensive end a couple of possessions ago. So with 9:49 to go in the first half, he checks out. The fifth team foul against Webster. Second shot up and good for Tanner Gentges. He goes 1 of 2. 27-14 the Webster lead, 9:45 and rolling to go first half. Jonathan Ojo brings it up right to left across the timeline, working against a 1-3-1 Westminster zone, something the Blue Jays have shown from time to time this season. Ojo on the left wing, looking for options. Right wing, Rabasa Turner gives it right back to Ojo, front court left. 8 to shoot. Entry to Milligan, finds more on the baseline. Over to the right block, and the shot knocked away. Down on the floor, one of the Webster players. Tough to tell who that is. Back the other way, Westminster can't finish. That's Romo Tab. Some hectic back and forth action now, 9:10 to go. And Westminster has it back. Jonathan Ojo into the left corner. Gorlock still looking for some space against this 1-3-1 zone. Long three, Rabasa Turner on the right wing, missed off the rim. And the rebound pulled down by Nick Carlos. Driving left wing, Wands has it knocked away by Milligan out of bounds. Nice block from Evan Milligan. The clock stops, 8:49 to go. A 27-14 Webster lead. And that gets Colin Kaywood, the freshman from Jefferson City, off the bench for Westminster to replace Brandon Drum. Michael Dunn, the sophomore from Tallahassee, Florida, in for the first time for Webster. He was the one who was down on the floor, but he seems to be all right. Kaywood controls in the backcourt off the lob inbounds. Nick Carlos between the circles. Westminster working against the 2-3 Webster zone. Right wing Gentges, back for Carlos. 24-footer straight away. Got it for 3. Nick Carlos from downtown with 8.5 minutes to go. That's his second 3 of the ball game, and it's 27-17, Webster in the lead. Right wing, C.J. Moore, back for Turner, front court right. He tried that last 3 from 24 or 25 feet. Thought about this one, but instead swings it right corner for Moore. Drives, left-hand floater won't go. Milligan banks in the follow on the left side. Nicely done for the freshman forward from Evansville. 8:02 to go, first half, and Carter Wands onto the right wing, Gentges. Gives it back to him, into the right block. Tab tries to spin underneath, and he couldn't get it to go over Milligan. That one well short. Webster runs out right to left. Ojo, front court left. Gorlock's looking to build on this 12-point lead. 7:45 to go, first half. Timeout called, Rabasa Turner of the 30-second variety. Chris Bunch wants to have a conversation with his Gorlocks. They're off to a good start. 29-17, the Webster lead, with 7:42 to go in the first half. You're listening to Westminster Basketball on the Blue Jays Sports Network. Out of the timeout, Webster will have the basketball front court right to inbound. The Gorlocks lead 29-17 over host Westminster here at Westminster Historic Gymnasium. I'm Nate Gatter. Thank you very much for joining us on the Blue Jays Sports Network. Matchup between the third and fifth place teams in the SLIAC. Westminster at 9-6 in conference. Webster at 8-7. Left corner Dunn gives it up. Right wing Ojo swings it around and gets it back with 5 to shoot. Milligan, straightaway 3, bricked it off the backboard. The shot clock reset, perhaps an error. The officials blow the whistle and they will call a shot clock violation. So Westminster will take over. Nice defensive possession for the Blue Jays, but they still trail by 12, 7:21 to go in the game. Wands brings it up on the jog dribble, left to right. Right wing for Nick Carlos, working against the 2-3 Webster zone. Free throw line entry to Tab. Drives left side of the lane. Blocked away by Milligan and down to Michael Dunn for Webster. He brings it into the front court frantically. Knocked away for a moment. Left wing Xavier Dortch for three. He misses for the first time. Rebound pulled down by Gentges. Nice dribble moves in the backcourt. Finds Kaywood. Shovels it off for Carlos, who lays it in. Tanner Gentges started the break. Kaywood a nice catch and release pass. He picks up the assist. 29-19 now, the Webster lead. 6:45 to go. Westminster falls back, defending the left hoop in the 1-3-1 zone. Xavier Dortch between the circles. Bounce pass, right wing, Rabasa Turner. Swing it around, left corner, Hunter Ward tries to penetrate. Kicks it out, Dunn. Skip pass, right wing. Give it up, right corner, Rabasa Turner misses off the front of the rim. And the rebound down to Colin Kaywood. He brings it up left to right for Westminster. Hesitates there, top of the key. Nick Carlos, straightaway three, misses right. The rebound down to Rabasa Turner on the far side. He brings it up straight down the middle across the midcourt stripe. Right wing, Xavier Dortch. Couldn't find anything. Looked like he was slipping a little bit on that right shoe. Gets it back now. Bounce pass, right corner, Dunn. Skip pass, left corner on the overhead to Ward. Gives it back up. Dortch drives free throw line, kicks it out. Ward open for three. Too strong from the left wing. Rebound down to Turner at his own free throw line. Webster gets a second possession. Dortch drives. Make that Rabasa Turner. He couldn't hit from the mid-post right. Sliding on the ground, and both players have their hands on it. Rabasa Turner and Tanner Gentges struggling for it in the right corner. And a jump ball called. 5:43 to go in the first half. 29-19 is the lead for Webster. Things have cooled off a bit for the Gorlocks offensively. Into the game for the first time for Webster, Parker Van Ness, the sophomore guard from Lutheran South High School in St. Louis. He replaces Michael Dunn. Off the inbounds, Rabasa Turner has it front court right for Webster. Chris Bunch likes to play quite a few players. 12 Webster Gorlocks average at least 10 minutes per game. Hunter Ward is the only one who averages more than 22. Short corner left side, Parker Van Ness. The jump shot from 18 feet, rims out. And it looked like one of the Webster players stepped out of bounds. Could have been Evan Milligan in the rebounding sequence, and Westminster will take over under its own hoop. Wands walks it up on the left-hand dribble. 5:20 and rolling to go first half. Westminster trying to cut it back to single digits. The Blue Jays trail by 10 as it stands. 2-3 zone still employed for Webster. Top of the key, Wands drives right side of the lane. Bounce pass for Carlos, knocked out of his hands and stolen by Webster. Van Nest in the backcourt, pressured by Gentges, and he gives it up for Hunter Ward to bring it across the timeline. Left corner, Milligan, the forward looking for a ball handler, and he finds Ward left wing. 4:55 to go, a 10-point advantage for Webster, trying to pick up a key win and down the stretch in the SLIAC. Left side of the lane, a drive for Dortch, and a blocking foul called as he went to the rack on Colin Kaywood. That'll be two shots for Xavier Dortch, the 5'8" junior guard from Stockton, Alabama, who has provided an infusion of energy for the Gorlocks in the first half. He leads all scorers with 9 points on 3 of 4 from deep. He'll go to the line for his first free throws. First one up, and it's good. Dortch, a 78% shooter on the season, averages just 8.2 points per game. And he's had into double digits now with 10. 4:47 to go still in the first half. Second free throw up at the left hoop, and it rattles out, but an offensive rebound for Rabasa Turner, and Webster will get it back. 30-19, the Gorlocks lead, and they'll look to add to it here. Van Nest on the left wing, looking inside for Milligan, well covered. Right wing, Dortch for three. Too strong up the back rim. Rebound tapped away by Villalobos, controlled by Nick Carlos for Westminster, and the Blue Jays run out left to right. Wands shovels it off left wing for Gentges. Dribbles in, step back 18-footer, short, and Webster comes back right to left. 4:20 to go first half, and the Gorlocks lead by 11. Entry, left block for Milligan. Spinning pass, right block for Van Nest, off his hands, out of bounds. You can understand where Van Nest might not have seen that one coming. Evan Milligan, a little dipsy-do in the middle of the lane. Looked like he couldn't quite decide what he was going to do initially. It seemed like he was going to go up for the layup. Then he changed his mind and let one fly for Van Nest from close range, who had it go off his fingertips. Carter Wands brings it up left to right for Westminster and the home whites. Webster in those road navies with the gold trim, defending the right hoop. Lob in, left block. Matt Murphy tried to squeak a pass into the middle, and it was deflected off Milligan's hip out of bounds. Westminster will keep it. Matt Murphy sometimes does try to get creative inside. He averages 1.4 assists per game, which is Pretty solid for a big man. The 6'8" senior from Jerseyville, Illinois. Also averages just under 5 points and a little more than 2 rebounds per game. Carter Wands has to go all the way into the backcourt to receive the inbounds pass. As we roll past 4 minutes to go, Westminster trailing 30-19 to Webster. Matt Murphy tried to whip one underneath. This time it's completed to Nelson, but he can't finish on the reverse layup. Rebound scramble, tapped away. Wands has it. Pass underneath to Cochran, who lays it in with the right hand. Good hustle from Jimmy Villalobos, able to knock the offensive rebound to Wands on the perimeter, who immediately whistled a pass underneath to Cochran, who laid it in. 3.5 minutes to go first half. Webster with the ball, attacking the left hoop, leading by 9. Left wing Turner kicks it back up between the circles. Xavier Dortch, who's gone a bit cold lately, but still leads all scorers with 10 points. Left-hand dribble, Ward finds a rolling Milligan on the right side of the lane. He's fouled on the floor, and he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. A blocking foul called against Tanner Cochran. 7th team foul of the first half on Westminster. 5 have been called against Webster, and perhaps more importantly, that's Tanner Cochran's second foul. So you'd probably expect him to go to the bench here with 3:19 to go in the first half, and Kaywood is moving to the scorer's table, presumably to take Cochran's place. Evan Milligan to the line, the first of 2 on its way. And good, correction, that was the first of what will now be 2. It was a 1-and-1. Tanner Cochran will leave the game, replaced by Colin Kaywood, back in for his second stint on the floor. Milligan has one more, the 6'5" freshman. 5 points so far, and make it 6 as he knocks down the second free throw. 32-21, the Webster lead with 3:19 to go in the first half. Wands brings it up for Westminster, left to right. Kaywood, front court left, gives it up for Matt Murphy, 25 feet away from the hoop, straight away. Entry pass, free throw line, Kaywood kicks it out, top of the key, Villalobos for 3 and hits. 32-24 now, an 8-point deficit, the smallest that have faced Westminster in more than 6 minutes. Left wing, Parker Van Nest. Kaywood checking him. Swings it around through Ward to Xavier Dortch on the right wing, who gives it back up. Milligan just left us the top of the key. Right wing, Xavier Dortch looking for space. Good defense from Carter Wands. Top of the key, Turner with 9. Left elbow pull-up, and he knocks it down. Tough shot over Jimmy Villalobos. And a 10-point lead once again for Webster, 34-24, 2.5 minutes to go first half. The Gorlocks fall back into their 2-3 zone. Westminster attacking the right hoop. Murphy pops out near the blue block W at midcourt here at Westminster Historic Gymnasium. Colin Kaywood tried to sneak one baseline, and it's knocked away, intercepted by a Webster. Hunter Ward will bring it up right to left. The leading scorer for the Gorlocks has just 5 points so far in the first half. Dortch off a spin move, drives, free throw line. Right block Milligan, kicks it out. Back to Dortch, top of the key. Almost walked with it on the left wing. Pull-up jumper, too strong, and the rebound down to Carter Wands. Looked like Dortch might have gotten away with steps there. Awkwardly came to a stop at the left elbow. 1:50 to go. Here's Murphy, left elbow pull-up, won't go, and the rebound knocked away for a moment, but Hunter Ward able to pull it down for Webster. That's his second board of the game. Right wing, Parker Van Ness, around a screen baseline, picks up the dribble now. Right block for Milligan, finds a cutting Turner who couldn't handle the pass for a moment, recovers, and a right-hand hook won't go. That one was halfway down before it popped out on the weak side, and Matt Murphy came up with it for Westminster. 1:25 to go first half. 10-point deficit facing the Blue Jays. Three-pointer well short from Villalobos, an air ball. Kaywood gets it, left elbow, and he got it. Odd sequence for Westminster offensively. Villalobos tried to contested straightaway 3. It was well short. Nelson caught it on the fly on the baseline, immediately found Kaywood for the open left elbow jumper. All's well that ends well. 1:02 to go first half, a 34-26 Webster lead. The Gorlocks have the basketball. Hunter Ward, left wing, tried to find a rolling Milligan who fell down. He's able to control it while lying on the ground and get it back to Ward. Well done. Here's Milligan again between the circles. Ward left wing with 5 to shoot. Nelson on him, right hand. Long three-pointer, well short. As the shot clock expires, the rebound down to Westminster. Nelson lobs one ahead, left wing for Villalobos, 40 seconds to play. Skip pass, right corner, Kaywood. Off a dribble, tries to find Nelson in the paint. Knocked away, Kaywood able to control it again and dribble it back out to reset for Westminster. 27 seconds to go, 13-second differential with the shot clock. Kaywood drives right side of the lane. Nelson kicks back out, three-pointer, Murphy won't go down. Offensive rebound, Wands in the lane, fouled by Milligan, going up for the shot. The Webster bench thought it was all ball, but it definitely looked like Milligan got him on the forearm. The question would be whether it was after he had already hit the basketball. And the referee on the baseline didn't think so. Wands goes to the line for 2 shots. The first foul on Evan Milligan. Wands receives it from the official. 2 bounces. First free throw up and perfect on the right hoop. A 7-point game, the closest Westminster has been in more than 10 minutes. And Wands can make it a 6-point deficit here with 17.3 seconds remaining. Substitutions for both teams. Kellen Brondell checks in for the first time for Westminster. Matt Mitchell trying to make sure none of his starters pick up a foul on the last possession of the half. Second free throw up from Wands, off the back rim, off the front rim, and down to Hunter Ward for Webster. The Gorlocks bring it up right to left. Xavier Dortch on the floor with Turner, Ward, Walton, and C.J. Moore. Here's Turner, top of the key, 5 seconds. Left wing Dortch for 3. Short, rebound down to Villalobos with 2 seconds. He whips it from his own free throw line, and it misses well wide to the right. That'll do it for the first half. A 34-27 lead for the Gorlocks of Webster, who led by as many as 12 points in the first half. Westminster able to close a bit before the half. They trail by 7. We'll be back for the second half. A 34-27 Webster lead in a key SLIAC matchup. You're listening to Westminster Basketball on the Blue Jays Sports Network. Welcome back to Westminster Historic Gymnasium for the second half. The Blue Jays the Blue Jays trail 34-27. And attack right to left to start the half. Romo Tab inside, and he's fouled. Hunter Ward called for the bump. And Romo Tab will go to the line for 2 free throws. $19:49 to go in the game, just 11 seconds in. Tab's first free throw up, and it's good. 34-28 is the Webster lead. Tab has one more coming. 3 bounces, rolls it in his left hand. Now a right-hand shot, long and off to the right. It deflects near side. The rebound down to Adam Etter for Webster. They bring it up left to right. Right wing Ward spins off the catch. Can't get free. C.J. Moore, top of the key, kicks it back right wing for Ward. Wands pressuring him there. Right block entry on the bounce for Evan Milligan, who turns and he's fouled on the shot by Nick Carlos, who bumped him on the elbow. 34-28, still the Webster lead. 19:31 to go second half. A big game for both teams, especially for Webster. The third to last conference game on the schedule in this 2015-16 season. First free throw good for Evan Milligan. 6'5" freshman from Evansville shoots 70% from the line. Has a chance to make it an 8-point Webster lead. Second one up, and it's good. 36-28, Gorlock's advantage. And Webster falls back into a 1-3-1 zone. Now more of a 2-3. They just pressured and showed the 1-3-1 until the first pass. Left block Tab into the lane, right hand hook. And it caught the back of the rim and fell in. That one a little bit awkward. Nestled between the backboard and the back rim, but a nice soft touch, and it drops in. Entry pass lobbed in for Milligan, able to catch. Can't get it to go initially. Right hand tip won't go, and Tab comes away with it for Westminster. Romo Tab tried to front the post, and it didn't work out, but Milligan unable to finish. Carter Wands between the circles, 18:55 to go. Westminster trailing by 6. Left block Tab, spins baseline, tries to go up and under with the right hand, but couldn't finish. Left it short on the far side of the rim. Webster back the other way, Moore on the right wing, drives inside, leaves it for Evan Milligan on the left block, who lays it in all by himself. So Milligan and Tab, the two big men, going back and forth here early in the second half. 38-30 the Webster lead with 18:30 to go in the second half. Adam Etter deflects a pass, able to save it, but only as far as Nick Carlos for Westminster. Wands drives, gives it up for Tab, and his shot knocked away, but Ward stepped out of bounds as he tried to control it. Tab thought he got fouled. Certainly looked like there was some left arm involved there in deflecting the shot, but regardless, Westminster will take over baseline left. 14 on the shot clock, which did not reset. Lobbed in for Cochran between the circles. Left wing Gentges. Top of the key, Carlos from 26 feet, just short. That one almost went down for him. And the rebound down for Milligan. And Webster runs out left to right. C.J. Moore on the right wing gives it up. Ward whips it across. Left wing Etter, who tried to drive toward the middle, and he was bumped and fouled by Cochran. That's the third personal against the sophomore point guard for the Westminster Blue Jays. 17:59 to go second half. The second team foul of the half against Cochran. Check that. They called the foul on Carlos. No, it is against Cochran. Just took a while to update the scoreboard. Cochran's third, but he stays in the game. 17:58 to go now after that one was inbounded and knocked away. 38-30 the Webster lead. Gorlocks have it, attacking the right hoop here in the second half. Moore looking for space on the right wing. Looked toward a curling Turner through the lane, but he wasn't there, and he gives it up to Etter. Swings it to Milligan, finds a cutting Ward on the left side of the lane, who lays it in with the left hand. 40-30. Webster leads, 17:40 to go in the game. 2-3 Webster zone, defending the left hoop. Westminster trying to navigate around it. Didn't have a lot of success in the first half. Webster, one of the stingiest defenses in the conference, allows the second fewest points per game to opponents. Romo Tab, left wing, 18-footer won't go off the offensive rebound. Carlos can't finish on the wide open right-hand layup. Webster the other way and a foul in the backcourt. Carter Wands bumped Adam Etter as he was trying to explode into transition for the Gorlocks. Quick substitution. Cochran will leave the game now with those 3 personal fouls. Colin Kaywood back in, seeing more minutes than he has in recent games, the freshman from Jefferson City. Left wing Turner, bounce pass Ward, skip pass right wing C.J. Moore, drives right side of the lane, step back from the mid post, it won't go. Offensive rebound knocked away from Turner, and Westminster comes out right to left. Jenches on the left wing, thought about the 3, gives it up Carlos. He'll try it from downtown. Got it straight away. Nick Carlos, his 3rd 3 of the game, and it's 40-33, a 7-point Webster lead. The Gorlocks have the ball moving left to right. Right wing, Rabasa Turner open for 3. Got it. So Westminster off the Nick Carlos 3-pointer, didn't get back and match up well enough. And Turner able to hit from downtown. Right back to a 10-point Gorlocks lead. Entry to Kaywood at the high post, tried to go baseline to Tab, who couldn't finish. And Webster comes out now left to right. Another missed layup for Westminster, and now a foul call front court right. And Webster will inbound on the near side in front of the bench. 16:20 to go in the second half. That foul goes against Tanner Jenches, his first personal, team's 4th already in the first 3 minutes, 40 seconds of the second half. C.J. Moore takes the inbounds pass in the right corner. Looking for Milligan in the block. He can't find him. Drives toward the free throw line. Finds a cutting Turner on the left block, who's able to finish over a double team. Rabasa Turner, 5 quick points for Webster. He now leads everybody with 12 points. 5 of 11 from the field and 2 of 6 from deep. 16 minutes and rolling. Remaining in the game, 45-33, the Webster lead, equaling the Gorlocks' largest advantage at 12 points. Carlos drive toward the baseline, and he's bumped and fouled by Turner. The second team foul against Webster. And Westminster will inbound baseline left underneath the left hoop in front of us. Lobs it out toward the half-court line. Jenches, right wing Carter Wands, swinging around, left wing Carlos. Short corner left Tab, back out for Carlos. Left corner 3, well short, rebound to Turner. He whips it ahead to the midcourt logo. There's more. Euro step in the lane, can't finish with the left hand, knocked out of bounds. Westminster's ball. C.J. Moore carrying a lot of speed, and he made a nice Euro step move from the left side of the lane into the middle. But he was not able to finish. Carter Wands on the jog dribble, right to left. Gives it up to Kaywood, high right side. Back to Wands, 15.5 minutes to go in the second half. 45-33 is the advantage for Webster. Wands drives left side of the lane, kicks it out. Right wing Carlos gives it up to Kaywood. A bump and a foul called against Adam Etter for Webster on the block. Definitely seen more whistles here in the early going of the second half, and that'll bring Etter to the bench with his 3rd foul. So the point guards for both teams, Cochran for Westminster and Adam Etter for Webster, each have 3 fouls, and that brings Xavier Dortch back into the game, who led all scorers with 10 points in the first half, providing some energy off the bench for the Gorlocks. Left wing Jenches, short corner left Carlos on a floater from outside the left block, can't finish, tipped back up and in by Romo Tab on the weak side. Tab has 9 points, 4 of 10 from the field. That's his 3rd rebound as well. And 14:50 to go in the second half. Back down to a 10-point Webster lead. Been as many as 12 for the Gorlocks, and as few as 6 here in the second half. C.J. Moore drives right baseline, a foul called away from the ball against Webster. Presumably an illegal screen. We'll see on the call here. Milligan for the illegal screen, trying to free up Rabasa Turner on the far side. Westminster takes over, 14:40 to go. And the Blue Jays trying to cut it back to single digits, moving right to left, working against this 2-3 Webster zone. Left corner, Kaywood, entry to Tab, into the middle of the lane, gets it to go through contact with the right hand. Milligan and Turner double-teamed him in the middle of the lane. Tab powered through it and finished with the right hand. He's into double digits with 11, tying Carlos for a team high. And now an offensive foul called against Xavier Dortch. Xavier Dortch brought it up left to right. And just as he crossed half court, he was called for the push-off. So Westminster will take over again. Back-to-back offensive fouls called against Webster. Westminster has a chance to cut the deficit even further, back down to 6 or even to 5 with a 3-pointer. It's 45-37. Entry left block for Carlos. He tried a free throw line jumper, knocked away, and Webster comes the other way with it. Hunter Ward on the left wing. Finds Milligan on the right wing, who gives it right back to him. Under 14 minutes to play, still an 8-point Gorloks lead. Moore on the left wing, gives it up for Dortch. Another foul called away from the basketball, this time against Westminster. Romo Tab and Evan Milligan jockeying for position in the low post. This foul goes against Tab. Substitutions for Webster. Joseph Henry and Taylor Walton checking in. Moore and Milligan head to the bench. And for Westminster, Brandon Drum and Matt Murphy replace Carlos and Tab. Jimmy Villalobos will replace Carter Wands. Webster will inbound, baseline right, attacking the right hoop against this man-to-man Westminster defense. Dortch to trigger, the 5'8" guard, looking for somebody. Mid-post right, here's Rabasa Turner, and he kicks it right back out. Hunter Ward between the circles, hands it off for Dortch on the blue W logo at midcourt. Dortch off the crossover, step back, right wing, 18-footer, missed it left. Rebound down to Drum, who pulls it down with two hands. Colin Kaywood walks it up as far as half court, gives it off for Nelson. Swing it around, right corner Drum. Back to the wing for Villalobos. Entry Murphy, fall away jumper in the lane, and he hits. 45-39, 13:20 to go in the second half. And Westminster has it back down to 6, the smallest the deficit has been in the second half. Hunter Ward able to get position high on the right wing. Comes up with the ball. Kaywood pressuring him. On the roll, finds Walton. Slips it into the lane. Foul called as Henry went up for the shot. Nice find from Walton. Almost walked with it on the baseline, but was able to sneak a pass around to Joseph Henry, and he was fouled. Matt Murphy whistled for that one, his second. 6th team foul against Westminster already. 13:03 still to go in the second half. 5 have been called against Webster. First free throw up for Joseph Henry, and the lefty got it. Henry's 3rd point of the game. He's just 1 for 1 from the field. These are his first free throws. 6'2" junior from Leavenworth, Kansas, shoots just 29% on the season. Second of 2 coming up at the right hoop for Henry. A couple of assertive bounces. Second one up, and he knocks it down, so Henry hits a pair, and Webster extends the lead back to 8. Gorloks up 47-39, 13 minutes to play first half. They fall back into their 2-3 zone. Westminster attacking, right baseline, Nelson along to the left corner, Villalobos, and an offensive foul called on the drive. Taylor Walton, the 6'4" senior, sacrificing the body on the left block to take the hit from Villalobos. He found himself a lane coming from the left corner toward the middle, but ran right over Walton on his way to the hoop. 12:50 showing on the clock in the second half. 47-39 Webster leads, and Westminster will show some half-court pressure man-to-man here. Rather, full-court pressure. And they back off the inbounds pass to Jonathan Ojo, the 5'11" junior from West Palm Beach, Florida, into the game for the first time in the second half. Nelson guarding him as he brings it over the timeline left to right. Ward high on the right wing. Rejects a screen from Walton. Now gives it back to him. Ojo swings it left corner. Dortch, open 3, short. Rebound down to Walton. An offensive foul called on the rebound. Walton called for the push-off. That's the 6th team foul against Webster. It looked like they went straight up unless the push came before the ball came down, maybe when it was coming off the rim. And Westminster takes over. Kaywood brings it up across the midcourt stripe, right to left. Left wing Nelson, back for Kaywood, and he was fouled on the catch by Xavier Dortch, which is a sloppy foul considering it puts Westminster into the bonus. And Colin Kaywood will shoot a 1-and-1 with 12:19 to go. 17 fouls against both teams. The referees calling it much tighter here in the second half. And both teams will shoot free throws on every foul the rest of the way. Kaywood's first is up and good. 47-40. Kaywood has still not missed a free throw this season. In relatively limited action, only 3 points per game for the freshman from Jeff City. Second one up, and he knocks it down. So he's been very efficient from the free throw line, obviously, at 100%. 12:15 to go. Webster with a 6-point lead in the basketball. Dortch brings it up left to right, looking for space around a Walton screen. Villalobos able to stay with him. Ward on the curl, free throw line, kicks it out. They swing it right corner, Jonathan Ojo. Back to Ward. Kaywood checking him, top of the key. Ward down the middle of the lane. Foul called, and he can't finish with the left hand. Ward will go to the line for 2 free throws. Matt Murphy called for the foul. That's his 3rd. And the 18th foul, but it won't matter as Ward was shooting anyway. First of 2 for Ward, and he got it. 7 points for Hunter Ward, the 6'4 junior from St. Louis, graduated from Kirkwood High School. Second free throw at the right hoop, up and perfect. That's 9 points for Hunter Ward. He's also got 4 rebounds and a couple of assists. He leads the team in all 3 categories coming in. Right wing Drum, bounce past entry, right block Murphy, tried to lob one short corner left and intercepted by Joseph Henry. 11:45 to go. Webster has the basketball with an 8-point lead. Hunter Ward on the left wing, swinging around to the right corner. Joseph Henry finds a cutting Ward, mid-post right, elevates, fouled, and finishes. Hunter Ward went up through the double team, took the hit from Jimmy Villalobos, and finished anyway. 51-41, Webster a quick 4-0 spurt. All from Hunter Ward, and the Gorlocks right back up by 10, 11:36 to go in the second half. Ward goes back to the line for another free throw, his 3rd of the day, up and good. He's got 11 points. Check that, make it 12 points. The last 5 in a row for Webster, and the Gorlocks right back up by 11, 52-41 with 11.5 minutes to go in the game. Drum, left wing, Kaywood open for 3, missed right. Rebound, knocked away for a moment, but Ward able to control it, his 5th board. Now Hunter Ward making his presence felt here in the last couple minutes of the second half. 11:15 to go. 52-41 lead for the Gorlocks, and they have the ball. Jonathan Ojo between the circles, setting up a set play. Left wing Ward with Villalobos right in his grill. Drives right, terminates the dribble, finds Henry in the middle of the lane. Right hand layup, and it rims out. Drum had it for a moment. Henry grappling for it. They're on the ground, and a jump ball called. The possession arrow favors Webster. Henry frustrated with himself. He couldn't get the layup to go off a nice find from Hunter Ward. But he was able to retain possession for the Gorlocks via the jump ball. Hunter Ward gives off for Rabasa Turner on the left wing. Turner and Ward tied for the game high with 12 points. Turner on the right wing. Westminster switching into a 2-3 zone look here. Turner gets it back, right wing 3, misses long, and Drum the rebound. He's made his presence felt on the backboards, his 2nd board here in the last couple of minutes. Drum, front court left, gives it up for Kaywood, tries to drive left side, terminates the dribble on the left elbow. Drum, top of the key, right wing Villalobos for 3, misses well left and air ball, and caught on the fly by Ward, his 7th rebound. Check that, make it his 6th rebound, tied for 2nd on the team. Front court right, Turner. He and Ward play catch. Left wing, Walton finds a back-cutting Ward, leaps to snare the pass, and goes up with the right hand, can't finish. Ward started to run down to the other end, didn't even look at it on the rim. He thought he had that for sure, but it rimmed out. Under 10 minutes to go now, 52-41, still the Webster lead. Westminster has it, attacking the left hoop. Villalobos, left corner. Between the circles, Brandon Drum looking for space. Right wing Murphy, the 6'8 center, can shoot the 3 a little bit. Not this time, though. They swing it left wing for Drum. Turner checking him there. Skip pass, right wing for Kaywood. Drives into the lane, scoop right hand, layup, and he spins it in off the backboard. Timeout, Westminster. Matt Mitchell talked things over with his Blue Jays. They trail by 9 off the athletic spinning layup from Colin Kaywood. 9:34 to go in the second half, a 52-43 lead for Webster. We'll be right back to Westminster Historic Gymnasium. You're listening to Westminster basketball on the Blue Jays Sports Network. Out of the timeout, Webster will have the basketball, leading 52-43 back at Westminster Historic Gymnasium. on the Blue Jays Sports Network. 9:34 to go in the second half. Westminster called timeout after a layup cut the deficit down to 9. But still a lot of work for the Blue Jays to do. Webster brings it up left to right. Adam Eder. Westminster into the 2-3 zone. Entry pass knocked away, and Tabb brings it up right to left for Westminster now. So they switch into the 1-3-1, and the Blue Jays immediately come up with a steal. Working on the left hoop now against this Webster 2-3 zone. Short corner right side Tabb. Directing traffic now. He'll try a bank shot. It won't go. Off the rebound. He's fouled on the follow attempt. And Tabb will go to the line for 2 free throws with 9:06 to go in the game. Foul goes against Rabasa Turner, the 6'1" junior from Memphis. And that sends Romo Tabb to the line for 2. First one up, and short, couldn't get it. Tabb 1 for 2 at the line coming in. So now make him 1 for 3. 11 points, 3 rebounds. Check that, 11 points and 4 rebounds for the sophomore from St. Louis. Second free throw up, and it's good. So Tabb leads Westminster now with 12 points, and he's tied for the game high with Rabasa Turner and Hunter Ward of Webster. Front court right, Adam Eder. Webster trying to negotiate its way through this 1-3-1 Westminster zone. Short corner left, C.J. Moore. They swing it back around to Eder on the right wing, playing with those 3 fouls. Front court left, Rabasa Turner can't find anything. Webster not getting any penetration. 6 on the shot clock. Turner left wing to Moore with 4. Pull up right wing, and he got it to go. Rattled around, hit the backboard, and then dropped through. C.J. Moore hits the 14-footer. And with 8.5 minutes to go, it's back to a 10-point Webster lead, 54-44. Kaywood between the circles, left wing for Brandon Drum. Bounce pass toward Kaywood is kicked away by Eder, and a violation against Webster. Westminster will keep it with 16 on the shot clock, and that brings Tanner Cochran back into the game for the Blue Jays. Jimmy Villalobos will take a seat. Cochran had those 3 fouls and had to leave the game for a few minutes. He's back in now, working against this Webster 2-3. Colin Kaywood, left wing, tried to fire an entry pass to the high post to Tabb. It was knocked away for a moment. Kaywood able to come up with it. Cochran, backdoor feed to Drum, who lays it in on the reverse with the right hand. Brandon Drum gets on the board, his first 2 points of the game, and it's a 54-46 Webster lead under 8 minutes to play. Rabasa Turner, front court left, lobs over Tabb's head to Eder, front court right. Webster still not finding any success against this 1-3-1 zone. Now they find Ward, open for 3, right corner, won't go. Offensive rebound, Turner, and he's bumped and fouled by Nick Carlos. So all of a sudden, Webster found a wide open 3-pointer for Hunter Ward, who's been off from downtown. Just 1 of 5 for Webster's leading scorer this afternoon, but the Gorlocks do lead by 8, and Rabasa Turner goes to the line at the right hoop for a 1-and-1. First one up, and he got it. Turner, a 71% free throw shooter coming in. These are his first free throws of the afternoon. Second one up, and good. 56-46, Webster leads. Cochran will walk it up for Westminster right to left, 7:40 and counting remaining in the second half. Kaywood back to the left wing for Cochran. Right back to Kaywood and right back to Cochran. A lot of perimeter passing against the 2-3 Webster zone. Now they get it in, left block, Tabb, spins baseline, right hand reverse, and he got it off the window. 7:20 to go, and it's 56-48. Knocking back and forth between an 8 and 10-point Webster lead the last couple of possessions. Westminster falls back into that 1-3-1 zone, which has been pretty successful here in the second half. Front court right, Turner. Left side, Eder. Bounce pass, short corner left, Moore. He's bumped and fouled by Kaywood on the baseline. And that means 2 shots for C.J. Moore, the 10th team foul against Westminster in the second half. Double bonus the rest of the way for the Gorlocks of Webster. 7:05 showing on the clock, and C.J. Moore goes to the line for 2 free throws. His first attempts at the charity stripe this afternoon. First one up, and it rattles out off the back rim. Moore has 6 points, a rebound, and 3 assists, which lead the team. Only a 56% free throw shooter on the season. Second one up, and it rimmed out for a moment, but settled back into the hoop. 7 minutes to go. 57-48, the Webster lead. Westminster looking for answers on the offensive end. Held to just 48 points so far. Right wing Kaywood. Back between the circles. Cochran on the left hand. Bell-tied dribble. Entry pass to the high post. Kicked away by Moore. Violation. With 15 showing on the shot clock, Westminster will have it front court right on the inbounds. The Blue Jays average 73 points per game as a team, which is only 8th of 10 in the SLIAC, but they've been well below that, facing the second best defense in points allowed per game in the SLIAC, the Webster Gorlocks. Right wing Colin Kaywood with 6 to shoot. Moore pressuring him, drives right side of the lane, all the way to the basket and lays it in against Milligan. Nicely done by Kaywood. He beat the help to the rack and laid it in to bring Westminster within 7 points. 6.5 minutes to go, 57-50. The Webster lead. The Gorlocks have it. Right corner, Ward. Entry to the right block, Milligan spinning with the left-hand hook shot, and he's fouled. Nick Carlos didn't think he got called. He did much of anything, but he's whistled for the foul there. 2 shots coming up for Milligan. That's the 4th foul against Nick Carlos, and he would be very costly to lose at this stage. Just 11 points in this one. But he's been Westminster's leading scorer this season, over 13.5 points per game. Milligan's first free throw off the rim, off the backboard, and it drops. 58-50 with 6:20 to go. Carlos will leave the game, at least for a few minutes. And Matt Murphy checks back in. He also can be dangerous from the three-point arc, but doesn't have the ability to get his own shot quite the way Carlos does. Milligan's second free throw, well short, rebound down to Brandon Drum, who's been strong on the backboard securing those. That's his 3rd rebound of the second half. Right to left, Kaywood brings it across the midcourt stripe, finds Cochran, high right wing. Back to Kaywood, straightaway 3, got it! Colin Kaywood from downtown, and the freshman from Jefferson City asserting himself offensively in the second half. 9 points on the game for Kaywood. And Westminster within 5. C.J. Moore, left corner for Webster, under 6 minutes to go. The Gorlocks lead 58-53. Right wing, Eder finds Milligan on the entry on the right side. It's knocked away, and Kaywood comes up with it. He'll bring it up for Westminster right to left. They have a chance to cut it to a 1-possession game. This 5-point deficit, the smallest the Blue Jays have faced in the second half. Top of the key, Kaywood, 3-pointer off the dribble, short on the air ball. He got a little carried away that time. And Hunter Ward secures the rebound for Webster. Gorlocks bring it up. Moore on the right wing, bumped and fouled. A hand-checking call against Cochran with 5:23 to go in the game, and that's his 4th foul. Not only will Moore go to the line for 2 freebies, but now Cochran and Nick Carlos both have 4 fouls. Moore hit 1 of 2 his last trip to the stripe. Here's his first one this time. Good. 8 points now for C.J. Moore to go with 3 assists for the 6-foot junior from Homestead, Florida. They're from all over on this Webster ball club. Illinois, 3 from Florida, a couple from Alabama, Kansas, Tennessee, as well as, of course, Missouri represented on the roster. Moore hits the second as well, and Westminster has the ball back, trailing by 7 now. Cochran brings it across on the right side. Kaywood whips it left wing for Drum. Entry to Tab, who tried to kick it back out, and it's out of bounds, caught by Matt Mitchell, the Westminster head coach, on the sideline. 5:13 to go, second half. Webster has the ball and a 7-point lead as Tanner Cochran checks out. Carter Wands back in to replace him. Adam Eder walks it up, left to right for Webster. And those Road Navy uniforms with the gold trim trying to knock off Westminster and move into a playoff position. Entry pass toward the block, knocked away by Drum, and a whistle now after Westminster took over. Brandon Drum keeled over at the waist underneath the hoop. Kind of stretching out his jaw a little bit. Looked like he might have taken a shot as he came across the shoulder of Taylor Walton to knock that pass away. Drum will check out. Jench is coming back in. Well done by Brandon Drum, but he paid the price. Carter Wands walks it up right to left for Westminster. 4:53 and rolling to go in the second half. The Blue Jays trail by 7. Webster back in. First one up, and it's good. Jimmy Villalobos checks back in for Westminster. And Tanner Gentges takes a seat. 65-55, the second of two free throws for Moore. Up and too strong up the back rim. Turner jumped too early for the offensive rebound, and it settles into the lap of Romo Tabb. Wands brings it up right to left for Westminster. 3:20 to go. The Blue Jays pretty much need to find their final run here if they've got anything left. Between the circles, Villalobos again drives middle, shovels it off for Tabb, who lays it in with a left hand. Romo Tabb back into the team lead with 14 points on 6 of 13 from the field. And Westminster down by 8 now. Webster has the ball, attacking the right hoop. 3 minutes and rolling remaining in the game. Front court left, Turner. Gives it up Walton, right wing. Finds Dortch. Swing it back around. On the left wing for Ward. Right-hand dribble, 6 to shoot. Top of the key, shot about the 3. Gave it up, right wing Moore on the drive. Knocked away by Tabb, no foul call. And Westminster will run out right to left. The Westminster bench incredulous. Wands pulls up on the right wing, gives it off for Villalobos. Left wing, Kaywood for 3. A brick, and it's down to Hunter Ward. Ward's 8th rebound of the game to lead the Gorlocks. He also leads everybody with 16 points, including the last 4 for the Gorlocks before that C.J. Moore free throw. 2:15 to go in the game, 65-57. Webster leads and has the ball. Rabasa Turner on the right wing. Villalobos on him. Bounce pass for Dortch. Almost got away. Able to come up with it with 4 to shoot. On the drive. Puts it up, and a blocking foul called at the elbow. Carter Wands called for the block. And Wands kind of asking what could he have done differently. It looked like Dortch just drove straight into him, somewhat out of control, and then put up a wild shot and got bailed out. 2 free throws for him. First one up and good. First points of the second half for Xavier Dortch, who hit his first 3 shots from the field, all of them 3-pointers, and added a free throw in the first half to lead everybody with 10. But he's now 3 for 9 from the field. Second free throw up, rolls off the front of the rim, and Westminster will trail by 9 here as they bring it up right to left. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Last gasp for the Blue Jays. Right wing Carlos, back to Kaywood, left to center. Looking into the block toward Tabb, doesn't like what he sees. On the dribble, using a lot of time. Left wing Villalobos with 9 to shoot. High post drum, shovels it out, right wing 3, Carlos off the back rim, rebound down to Walton. He tried to hand it off for Dortch, it was knocked away, and Westminster takes over with 1.5 minutes remaining. A second chance for the Blue Jays. Left wing Villalobos drives baseline into the middle, Tabb who lays it in with the left hand off the backboard. Timeout Westminster with 1:25 to go, 66-59 the Webster lead. We'll be right back. You're listening to Westminster Basketball on the Blue Jays Sports Network. Out of the timeout, 1:25 remaining in the game, 66-59. Webster leads on the road. The Gorlocks trying to pick up a huge win here down the stretch of conference play. Tied for 5th, a game behind Westminster, tied for 3rd, and of course the top 4 teams make the SLIAC Conference Tournament, the 3rd to last remaining game of the regular season. Webster inbounds against full court pressure, trying to get it over the timeline left to right. Long skip pass for Eder, who has to elevate to make the play. He throws it over the timeline just in time. And Webster controls in the front court. Hectic sequence for the Gorlocks, but they're able to get it over. Hunter Ward has it out near the midcourt circle on the blue W logo. 8 to shoot. Ward holding it on his right hip. Now he bounces left-hand dribble, crosses over right, down the right side of the lane, underneath Moore, who's fouled on the reverse layup. Villalobos whistled for the foul, and C.J. Moore will head back to the line where he's made a living here down the stretch in the second half. 66-59. The Webster lead with 56.6 seconds remaining in the game. The lefty C.J. Moore to the line, first of 2 up and good. He's 5 of 7 now at the stripe, all of them in the second half. 11 points. 5 Gorlocks in double figures. Ward with 16, Turner 14. Moore, Dortch, and Milligan all have 11 for his 12th point, but Moore misses long, and it gets the bounce off the backboard, and he gets it to go. How about that? C.J. Moore with a smile. Picks up his second free throw. 50 seconds to go. Westminster brings it over, trailing by 9. Kaywood using a lot of time. Front court left. Crosses over. Straightaway 3. Short. Rebound down to Adam Etter. He brings it up. Looking for space in the backcourt. Still unable to get it over the timeline. Throws it ahead to Ravasa Turner on the right wing. And we'll see if Westminster even bothers to foul with 30 seconds and rolling to go. And a timeout called by Hunter Ward with 28.5 seconds left. 68-59 the Webster lead. And it would appear Westminster is going to at least foul once or twice. He called timeout as Villalobos started to sprint at him. But this one should be just about finished either way. That means a huge game coming up on the road for Westminster on Wednesday night when they head to McMurray. McMurray and Greenville tied atop the SLIAC standings. Westminster was tied for third coming in. And depending on how everything else shakes out, the Blue Jays could find themselves out of that top 4 that qualifies for the conference tournament with 2 games to go. Webster to inbound, front court right. In for Turner on the right wing. Spins toward the corner, and another timeout called by the Gorlocks as he got locked up in a travel, Villalobos and Kaywood. So they'll head right back to their benches, 24.8 seconds to go. McMurray and Greenville both 10-5 in the conference. Greenville really making a run over the last couple of months. They came here to Westminster Historic Gymnasium in the early conference play and got pretty thoroughly beaten. Iowa Wesleyan tied for third with Westminster coming into the day at 9-6. Another team that came here and lost. Webster knotted up with Spalding and Blackburn at 8-7, tied for 5th. So a logjam between all those teams. Any of them a very easy chance of sneaking into those last 4, or rather the top 4, that play for the SLIAC title and a berth in the NCAA tournament. Webster most recently went to the tournament in 2014. Westminster in 2012. And a couple of very successful coaches as well for these two programs. Matt Mitchell in his 18th season at Westminster has won 3 SLIAC regular season titles. Chris Bunch in his 14th year at Webster has won 6 SLIAC regular season championships in his first 13 seasons. Webster would look to have this one just about knotted up, leading 68-59 with 24.8 seconds to go. The Gorlocks inbound, front court right. Into the right corner, Etter on the drive. He's fouled as he passed it to C.J. Moore. So Etter will go to the line for 2 free throws with 22.3 seconds showing on the clock. The lefty Adam Etter at the line. First one up and good. 69-59 the lead. McMurray in action this afternoon against Spalding in a big game for the team in the top spot. Etter has the second of 2 coming up right here. Up and rolls in. 70-59. Greenville in action at Principia, which would figure to be an easy win. Principia at the bottom of the conference, 0-14. Carlos a long 3, and he's fouled, shooting a 3-pointer from 25 feet. Chris Bunch frustrated. It doesn't look to matter too much. An 11-point lead for Webster with 15 seconds remaining. but just out of principle, coaches hate to see fouls on three-point shooters at all, and they hate to see fouls with a lead in the last minute at all. This one combined the two of them. That'll raise the blood pressure of the man on the sideline for Webster. So Carlos will shoot 3 free throws. A chance to cut it down to an 8-point deficit for Westminster with 15 seconds remaining. First one up and good. 70-60. Principia just 3-17 on the season and 0-14 in conference. So you'd expect that to be a pretty easy win for Greenville considering the way the Panthers have been playing. Second one also good for Carlos. 15 seconds to go. And the third of 3 for Carlos. He got it. Hits all 3 at the line. 70-62 the score. Inbound in the backcourt for Webster. The pass long, but Ward able to come up with it. Throws it ahead to Milligan, who will not shoot. And he backs it back out with 10 seconds. And that will do it. 70-62 the final. Webster avenges its earlier defeat on January 13th. Westminster went to Webster in St. Louis and got the 67-61 win. Now Webster returns the favor here in Fulton, 70-62. Westminster falls to 9-14, 9-7 in the conference, and the Blue Jays lose their second straight. Webster now 9-7 in the conference and 12-11 on the season, setting up to be quite an interesting last week in the SLIAC. Westminster back in action on the road Wednesday night in a key game against conference leaders McMurray, and then we'll close it out on senior night Saturday afternoon against Principia back here at Westminster Historic Gymnasium. You can check that one out here on the Blue Jays Sports Network at 3 o'clock, the opening tip. That'll do it from Westminster Historic Gymnasium this afternoon. Once again, Westminster falls to Webster 70-62 the final. Thank you very much for tuning in. This has been Westminster Basketball on the Blue Jays Sports Network.